the famous Beatles song goes, if you drive a car, I'll tax the street. If you try to sit, I'll tax your seat. Our next guest says the Supreme Court's ruling on the health care law is a huge new tax that's created a, quote, vast new federal power. Judge Andrew Napolitano is a Fox News senior judicial analyst. And to start things off, Judge, did you always take all your inspiration from Beatles songs? Is that what our takeaway is here?
Great question, Jenna. I did not, but they happen to have been right on the mark with that one.
Okay, so let me ask you here, what has changed? You know, from last week at this time to this week, you know, last week we didn't even have the health care ruling yet. What's really changed as far as law and federal power, in your opinion?
The Supreme Court has invited the Congress to regulate private behavior, behavior that is not delegated to the Congress in the Constitution to regulate, so long as it uses its taxing power to do it. So when Justice Scalia jokingly said during oral argument on the health care case about 3 months ago, since the government may be paying my medical bills, can the government force me to eat broccoli? And the lawyer representing the government said no. Well, now, under the Supreme Court opinion, from which Justice Scalia, of course, dissented, the government can order you to eat broccoli and then fine you if you don't by calling the fine a tax. So this opinion, concocted by the four most liberal, progressive members of the court, and one who we all thought was a conservative, basically gives power on a platter to Congress, power that it never had before, power that it never exercised before, power that God only knows what it'll do with come September.
Judge, a lot of us, of course, that when we do our taxes in April, think that Congress already had a lot of power as far as taxes goes and the different taxes that we have to pay. Just as drawing upon your legal expertise here, what can possibly challenge the law or restrain it so it doesn't eventually become an argument for taxing us if we don't eat broccoli, for example?
Well, when we pay our taxes in April, we're paying taxes on income that we earned. We went out and earned it. When you put gas in the car, you're paying tax on the gasoline that you bought. If you use tobacco products, you're paying federal taxes on the tobacco products that you purchased. In each of those cases, you are affirmatively engaging in behavior that you know is taxable. But this is the first time in the history of the country that the court has permitted the Congress to tax people for doing nothing, to punish them for refusing to do what the government wants them to do. That's a very, very dangerous precedent. I don't know if they're going to say, eat broccoli or we'll tax you, but I do know that when they want to regulate private behavior, which they are not authorized to regulate in the Constitution, they now have a tool with which to do so.
So
a tool given to them by the court.
Then, Judge, is there, you know, another legal argument, another challenge that can restrain that so it doesn't go into those areas?
All right, there's two challenges. One, someone could pay the tax and then challenge its constitutionality, because federal law does not let you challenge a tax until after you have paid it. The other is that another Congress and another president could undo the tax by simple votes in the House of Representatives. Well, another House or another Congress or another president could undo all of Obamacare by simple votes in the Congress and the consent of the president. They didn't need the Supreme Court to tell them how to do it.
Judge Napolitano, nice to see you.